The Governor-General's Award is widely considered the highest honor in Canadian literature. Though Skim was the first graphic novel to be nominated for this distinction, the committee's choice to credit Mariko Tamaki as the sole author of Skim foregrounds a huge problem in comic studies. Weeks after the nomination was revealed, Chester Brown and Seth, highly accomplished Canadian graphic novelists, published an open letter that condemned the decision to leave artist Gillian Tamaki off the ballot. They write, quote, "The text of a graphic novel cannot be separated from its illustrations because the words and the pictures together are the text," end quote. The council didn't change the nomination, citing time restrictions, and Skim lost the award. But the open letter was co-signed by many in the comics community. In an interview with This Magazine, Gillian Tamaki graciously takes notice of the letter, stating that, quote, "In a tiny way, I believe the letter nudged the comics community and the book community together, at least in Canada and albeit briefly," end quote. As her interviewer Drew Nels notes, Gillian is, quote, "everywhere in Skim, in every painted adolescent expression and looming empty space. Her contribution escaped the Canada Council for the Arts, unaccustomed as it was to a foreign format, but her presence stays with the reader," end quote. Like cinema, comics are a collaborative medium. Unlike cinema, comics do not typically have directors, and centering accreditation on the author is a problem. Often the writer is functionally the director of a comic, often, however, they are not. Nor is this simply a question of vanity. Consider the legal battles and media wars around the authorship, and therefore to some degree proprietary rights, of Disney's multi-billion-dollar Marvel Comics properties. The stakes on this issue can be ludicrously high. Further questions arising from these debates include, which other collaborators get credit? Inkers, colorists, letterers, etc. How do comics get cited in academic papers? How much input is required to constitute plotting or even co-illustrating through script notes? Gillian's tremendous contribution to Skim is obvious enough that it shouldn't merit debate. Yet the council made this same mistake in 2014 as well, crediting Mariko alone for this one summer, while awarding children's illustration to Gillian for that same comic. As extreme as Gillian's case was and is, there are even subtler instances out there to be engaged with, all pointing to a simple, broader point. Our literary infrastructure just isn't built to approach comics, and we should fix that.